Last night, during Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers, they invoked the name of the Montreal Canadiens and specifically Josh Anderson. At first, I was like secondhand flattered, and then the disrespect that came out of nowhere sent me reeling. What the hell was up with this? Let's talk about it.
Well, so far, just the one call thus.
So, wild game last night. Oilers fans, you're probably still recovering from what happened.
Who could forget dear Rat Boy?
Rat Boy, I resent that.
And I wanted to call someone out. I'm going to draw a line in the sand here. But first, if you're not already a subscriber to this channel, please consider subscribing. We're doing it. We're close to the 15,000 subscriber benchmark. I could really use your help. Plus, hopefully, what's going to happen is there's going to be a beautiful marriage here. This is a Habs primary channel, but what's going to happen over the summer is I'm going to report on whatever news trickles in. There's going to be a lot of tasty nuggets that come in over the summer break. We've got draft, we've got camp, we've got signings, free agency, trade, all that stuff. If you're already subscribed, don't worry about it. Hit the like button. It helps me with YouTube-y type stuff. Let's see if we can break a record. Let's go for 8 million likes. Definitely doable. So the Oilers game last night definitely went the distance. It took them to 2 OT, and I think with 11 minutes left before the game was decided by dear Rat Boy. Yeah, intense game, lots of action. If you haven't already watched it, go back and watch my recap from yesterday. That first period, I mean, it was muy bien. But between the third period going into overtime, that little intermission, Elliot Friedman and David Amber shared a juicy little tidbit. Habs legend Corey Perry ties up the game with 30 seconds left on the clock.
McDavid along the boards. Back to Jim. Roman shooting. Got through.
So they do a little segment about Corey Perry and, of course, talk about probably his most prized part of his career with the Montreal Canadiens. While in Montreal, my understanding is that him and Josh Anderson probably got together, practiced a little bit. Perry tries out Anderson's stick. He likes the flex. He likes how the stick feels, and he decides to use his sticks. Something I hear all the time from hockey players is that their sticks are very sentimental to them, even though maybe the characteristics of the stick don't change very much from however what the flex is. Maybe a player is really set upon the stick that they've chosen and won't, go out of their comfort zone very much. Even though changing some characteristics of the stick could be negligible, there is a wide variety of different curves, different lengths, weight, flex, and one stick from the other could feel really different. I'm not sure what kind of stick Perry was using before, but he liked Anderson's stick and decided to roll with it, and has done so ever since, apparently. And now, as a tradition, what he'll do is load up his sticks before the game. Looks like 3 will say Perry, 1 will say Anderson.
He really liked Josh Anderson's sticks, and he said they're less whippy than his, a higher flex.
So a nice little nod to Josh Anderson. So Friedman, Amber share this little tidbit, like I said, and I think this is great. This is a cool little anecdote. Love that they shared that. Love that they related it back to the Montreal Canadiens, the most important team in the league. So I'm sure there were a lot of Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the TV meme fans out there, pointing at the TV and saying, hey, I've been recognized. Fine, that's good. If it just ended there. But then you got this jabroni.
If we can keep them 2 shots every period, we have a really good chance of winning. Really good. That means it's six shots for the game. I like our chances, so we'll keep going the same way.
Opening up his big yap.
I just wonder if that's the stiff shaft Anderson model. We'll never get to see.
That's Anderson's hands right there.
Oh, you're bad. I got it, Josh. I'll get you.
Good one, Bieksa. That's okay. That rolls off the back, right? Anderson, I'm sure, caught wind of it, and he said, whatever. Good one. I gotta work at that. But let's take a look at Mr. Bieksa's shot percentage. Boy, I sure am curious what his best stat for shooting is in a season. Would you look at that? 7.8%. You think as a defenseman, not taking very many shots, he'd probably be really critical with his shot selection. I'm mostly just joking around, but you know what? Josh Anderson posted nearly a 14% shot percentage last season. This is something I used to talk about in my videos all the time. If Josh Anderson could just replicate his previous success with shot percentages in his earlier seasons, he would be a successful player on the Montreal Canadiens. And look at the season he had in Montreal this season. So nice little slam, but I think you're talking about 2023, 2024 Josh Anderson. Put some respect on his name, Mr. Bieksa. And while we're talking about it, very excited for Josh Anderson's season next season. I think he's going to improve upon what he did this season. It was doom and gloom in 23-24. There was a cloud hanging over him. He was trying. You could tell he was trying, and you could tell that that was reciprocated by Martin St. Louis, who kept giving him opportunities to prove himself. I think Anderson is a sometimes overlooked player on the Montreal Canadiens. He's definitely a role player, but what he brings to the table is an extra high level of compete. And when you're on a team with somebody who is demonstrating that level of compete, then it's going to send waves throughout the bench, right? That's what I like most about Josh Anderson. That's going to do it for me, guys. I thought that this was just a fun little video for you guys. And of course, I miss talking about the Montreal Canadiens. Is this a good place to mention this? I guess so. Buried at the end of this Montreal-centric video, there's a little part of me that is not having the most fun reporting on the Stanley Cup playoffs, because I just wish I could focus on Montreal, talk about Montreal more. And at times I definitely have to put on a soldier's face and pretend like I like reporting about the Edmonton Oilers losing against one of the least likable teams in the league. Hope you're all doing well out there. It feels like I miss talking about the Montreal Canadiens, but I miss like sharing it with you guys, reading your comments, especially when it's like a win and we're like hyped up about it or whatever. Circle of friendship, you know, it comes in full 360 at that point. But those days will come and there will be some news for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm anticipating an announcement about a Calder trophy, knock on wood. And maybe after that, you know, it seems like the right time. Contract talk, hopefully. I don't know. It might not happen. We might have to wait a little bit for contract information. Of course, I'm talking about our boy, Lane Hudson. You know what to do. Like the video, helps me out with YouTube-y stuff. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.